So today I'm going to edit this image, and it is overexposed. You can probably see that it's overexposed. There's no detail in the clouds. It's really washed out. There's nothing really that great about the image. I can say that because I took it, so it's okay for me to say that. But I'm going to show you how to save it. The first thing you need to know is that it's shot in camera raw. Because it's in camera raw, all the detail can be pulled back and it has enough information to work with. But if this was shot in JPEG, it changes the image for you, so you won't be able to retrieve it or save it in the same way that I'm about to show you. So in Lightroom, we work in camera raw, or it's best to work in camera raw if we can. So up here, if you see, there's this red splodge which is really irritating me right now. I want to get rid of that first. Before I even do the white balance, I'm going to get rid of that because it's actually distressing me. I'm going to come over here to the right hand side panel. I am not in basics, let's go to basic. Let's get rid of that, it's distracting. So in the basic toolbar on the right side, I am going to firstly sort out the exposure, and I'll do that by sliding this slider slightly over. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, because these are in the highlights, I'm going to slide the highlights over, so that will save it. And see what's happened, it's all gone, but also watch the clouds. As I pull it, all the detail in the clouds will come back. All of a sudden, we have clouds, and we didn't really have that before. So this is a really useful set of tools. The shadows, let's see what much of a difference it makes in the shadows. I don't think we need to play with the shadows too much. Contrast, absolutely, because it's an architectural building, I kind of want this to pop out at me, like jump and say, here I am. So I'm going to whack the contrast up, but then it might make it a bit too dark, so I might bring the blacks down slightly, but I'm still going to pull that contrast up because I want it to pop out at me. So it's looking better already. I think those are quite key. With the saturation down here, you can pull the colour out should you choose to, but I don't want to. I want it to have colour, this image. So I'm pulling the saturation down, but I'm upping the vibrancy so that we've still got the blues. Okay, so that looks nice already. I might add maybe more blues a little bit. Before I do that, actually, there's a tool up here that I drop a tool. This will automatically pick the white balance for you. So I'm just going to show you how you do it. Click on that and click on a neutral area, like here. And then it's made it quite bluey, and that's actually quite a nice tone that it's given you. If you don't like it, it's fine. Just move these sliders left to right and see what works for you. But I kind of like what it gave us. There's a bit more yellow in that. Might keep with that. Let's see what it gave us again. Yeah, it's nice. I'm going to add a tiny bit of yellow to what Lightroom already gave us. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is the tone curve. So we didn't use this so much, but watch the image pop out a little bit more at us. So I've increased the highlights and then pulled down the shadows. Too much, because again, we don't want to like interfere with the image too much. We want it to look realistic. But I quite like that. That's looking good. Next thing I'm going to work with is the gradient tool. So that's up here, this little rectangle up here, and I'm going to start from this corner and pull it down. It's got the temperature and tint on, so I don't need that on. I just want to play with the exposure here. So I'm going to just make it a little bit darker on that side. I'm going to do the same from the other side, pull that down. And it just makes the clouds sort of seem a little bit more powerful, like almost like rain clouds, and before or after the rain. I quite like this look. And come back to this side. There's a bit of green in here that I'm not so keen on. I'm just going to pull that out a little bit. Okay, so now the image is looking so much better. The last thing I'll do, one more gradient tool, gradient, sort of maneuver it down here, and you can either make it darker or lighter. I am going to overexpose it and make the road lighter, just because that's the look I want to get from this particular image. I think it looks nice like this. So again, your preference. I'm not telling you what to do, but like if you want it to be quite dark, you can do that, but if you want it to be lighter in certain areas, then it's your choice how you want to do it. So that's pulled that out quite nicely. I like what's going on here. The next thing I'm going to do is go down to the colours. And all I want to do is see if I can do anything with the blues on the building. And do you know what? It's affecting the sky, so what I'm going to do is go to the Radial Tool up here next to the brush, click on that, do a nice little oval around my building. I'm going to turn it with this, see this little arrow. Look, if you go near the oval and just spin it, there we go. And then you can just tweak it to however you want. I just wasn't so keen on how it was before, so now I've made it really blue. Let's better. So now it's kind of popping out even more with the blue, and it's darker than the sky, so I'm good with that. And what I might do actually, if you want to tweak that colour of the blue, you can use these tools here. So you might want to alter the saturation of it. You can look, it's really blue like that, but or just slight little tweaks. I'm just gonna make it. That'll do me. And then close, go back to the colours, and then you've got like real choice. Like I did want a kind of turquoisey look. And I can do that by doing that, and it kind of really pops out now. It looks very different to how the original did, and I do like it like this. If you want a vignette around your image just to engulf it a little bit, we can do that as well. So here's the Vignette tool. We're just gonna go around it. Look, but look, it could be too much. Like, let's do a little bit. Very, very tiny bit. And then yeah, so for now, I'm kind of happy with that. And I will show you the before and after. Let's close all this down. Close, close. So the backslash key is your before and after. So there's your before, your very washed out, not so happy looking picture. And there's your after. It looks a bit more sort of, yeah, I don't know, a bit more Instagram-y, if you want to call it like that. And I am gonna make it a little bit lighter and still fill that contrast even more. And now it looks really special. I think the contrasts really need to be pulled in a little bit more like that. So let's do the before, after. That's nice, that's worth a print, I think. So I hope this video has been useful, and if it is, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.